our guys understand everything. Most of them watched last night's game, or at least parts of it. And so, look, it's a team coming in that was great last year. They were great throughout the year. It was a great series. It was a tough series, and I know there's going to be an acknowledgement of the Eastern Conference championship banner, which is I think already up there, which is appropriate. It's a very significant achievement, and then we just got to play. It's just got to compete, and it's the highest level of competition.
How are Jarvis and Johnny? Do you know if they'll be able to play?
They're doing better. I expect them to be available.
You talked about watching the game last night. Obviously, you're coming off of just having played them 7 times just months ago. But I mean, what stood out to you just from watching them last night?
Well, Houston plays a totally different style than we do. So I just thought the game, the physicality of the game was, really at an all-time high level for this era. And so things are getting more physical. It was obviously a highly contested game from start to finish. A lot of dramatic situations and plays, and a lot of great players out there. So, to start off the season with a game like that for the NBA, a double overtime 1-point game is it's pretty special.
I know you said stay tuned as far as who's going to be back up, but you also mentioned Ben and Taylor, those guys who could possibly have that backup point for a spot. What have you seen from them as far as how they've handled running the point over the last couple of days in practice? Have they been asked to do that more than usual?
They're doing fine, and I think it's important to mention that Ray J. Dennis is involved in this too, and so he'll be dressed, and he's another option. And so we have options. It's just they're not the most conventional at this moment, but that's all right. These guys, are working hard at it, and they're smart guys, and they'll do their best to play to their strengths.
I know you said Quentin's out for this one. Do you have a sense of how long
he did some things today, so don't know exactly how long, but hopefully it's days, not weeks. But that's not a firm timetable. That's just me throwing stuff against the wall, really. But he did some things today and is doing better.
What did it mean to have James Johnson here tonight?
Awesome. Yeah, and he's been such a big part of the building of this team for the last 3 years that it's appropriate to have him here for opening night.
Obviously, you have the preseason games at home, but
say what?
Obviously, you have the preseason games at home. First regular season game back from the what's the level of excitement?
Yeah, we're excited to play for sure. I mean, training camp's not as long as it used to be, but at this point, it can start to feel a little long. We only play 4 preseason games, and our opening game is on Thursday instead of Tuesday or Wednesday, and so that extra day, it just it's time to play. So we're looking forward to it. I know our fans are and will be great, and so 24 hours.
It's going to be fun tomorrow. Obviously, we get to hang a banner. We have a lot of guys who's coming into town. But the goal is to get the win tomorrow, and I feel like everybody understands it. So.
How do you keep that all in one emotion, if it's the celebration part of the banner being revealed and all that, but also the team that you guys want to be, maybe more than anything?
Yeah, we're gonna take that moment to celebrate everything we did last year. We did a lot and accomplished a lot last year, and we're super proud of that. And so we're gonna take a couple minutes before the game to admire that, and then get to business after that.
Did you get a chance to watch last night's game, I guess, what stood out to you about the certainly you're coming off of just playing it a lot. What stood out to you?
Yeah, they look good. They look like they only had a couple months off like we did, so they're right back into the action. It felt good having basketball back on, and I can't wait to play tomorrow. So.
What's this camp been like, considering all the injuries you guys have had on the second unit?
Yeah.
Like to kind of create some level of chemistry with that group, or just have to be changing around the guys that you're working with all the time? Yeah,
we're learning every day. Like you said, some people went down. New people had to step into other positions. So we're just learning how to play with each other. Like we're never perfect, but we getting better every single day. And tomorrow's the start of a new season. So we'll see how tomorrow goes.
Obviously, a couple guys have had to play some one over the last couple of days that don't usually. Between Shepard, Taylor, and those guys. What have you seen from them? What have you had to try to do to kind of help them along?
Yeah, we all trust them stepping into the position. They showed that they can handle that role, and Coach feels like they can handle that role as well. And so them stepping in that position, I felt like was pretty good for us. So we'll just see how it turns out in the games.
I know you said that, was it the day after the finals you went down to Miami to work with James? And
See James over here too.
That's what I'm saying. What were those workouts like, and were they maybe a more intense off season than you'd had before?
It wasn't intense at the beginning, just because we just came off a 100 and something game season. But we was definitely getting there, getting shots up, playing some ones. We always play ones. Just doing stuff like that. After about a couple of weeks, we started ramping it back up and getting back into it. So James is a great guy. I've been with him every single day this past summer, and we worked a lot. So
mean a lot to have him here tomorrow when you are. We're looking back and kind of recognizing that run.
Yeah, most definitely. He definitely belongs to be here, or supposed to be here, because he was a big part of last year's success. So yes,
All good?
With the first unit group, how have you seen those guys come together? What's it been like to kind of create chemistry on the times when you have them?
I felt like our first group unit is great. Like we've been on the team. It's a bunch of guys who've been on the team. Other than Isaiah, he was hurt last year, but he's been around and he understands what it takes to be in that position. So we have great leaders in Drew, Pascal, Aaron, like all of them, TJ as well. All of them is making sure everybody's on track with everything and keeping up with everything that's going on out there. So everybody's been looking good. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
It's fun. I mean, I don't think there's any difference. I think they're really the last team we played during the playoffs, and then the first team we played for the regular season game. So pretty much excited.
Anything different for you personally in terms of emotions going into the game?
No, I wouldn't say anything different. I just obviously, I feel like our team is pretty hungry about going to the game tomorrow, and I think everybody's pretty excited.
What stood out to you about just watching the Thunder last night? I guess in terms of what they do, you certainly come off of just playing them. But anything they do differently, and what are you expecting about just the excitement?
I wouldn't say anything differently. I would just say that they're just more aggressive, But we played this team so many times now that we should be familiar with how they play, and pretty much just got to go into the game and knowing the things that they want us to do, avoid them, and play our way.
You obviously just passed the deadline for a rookie contract extension, I guess, for you.
Why are you smiling, man?
What's that? You smiled first, so I wasn't sure what you were doing there. What's your thoughts on that? Basically, I mean, are you? Does that bother you in any way, or do you like the idea of kind of having another year to prove yourself and that key?
I mean, listen, it's not that big of a deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I would have loved to, but I'm not worried about that, man. I'm not worried about that, man. It's just about going to the game, going to the season. My mind's straight, knowing that I can have a great season. And I can actually be who I've been wanting to be. So, it's no worries for me about no extension.
Anything else?
Bennedict, you mentioned excitement, but just like how excited are you to get back on the court in front of the home fans after?
Super excited, man. Super pumped. We have the best fans in the world, so we have a chance to go out there tomorrow as our first game, and just playing like animals. Just going into the game and being relentless, being aggressive. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight, man. I'm so excited for the game tomorrow. But you have a great chance to really start the season the right way.
Both teams, a lot of length, a lot of defensive players in the court, athleticism. It's going to be a game where we got to care about the ball, care about possession of the ball, and just compete to get in the paint and make plays.
How do you feel about, now that you guys are going to be playing this season, especially after how last season ended?
Say it again?
How are your emotions about playing this season now that it's the eve of it, especially after how last season ended?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's past at this point. I mean, I'm ready for a new season, ready to get back to hooping. Excited that training camp.
What do you think? How well do you think the chemistry between you, Ben, Pascal, and Aaron in particular, that kind of starting core four has come together? Like, you guys were obviously really effective.
Yeah.
Statistically, what's worked as far as chemistry?
I mean, small size sample size,
yeah.
small sample size. But I think we're gonna grow that throughout the year. I think we're all in the right mindset to play with each other and try to win.
How much progress do you think you guys have made in figuring out kind of how you have to play without like how you have to get each other shots, how you have to work together? I mean, how much? It seems like you made a lot of progress figuring out what each of the four.
Say that again?
It seems like you guys made a lot of progress in terms of understanding how to set each other up, basically. With Tyrese is on the floor, knowing how you can help each other. How much progress have you made?
I mean, just doing what we do as a team, playing fast, moving the ball, random actions, movement on the ball and off the ball. I think that's mainly the thing.
Sometimes there's less familiarity with a Western Conference opponent, but you're very now familiar with them. How much do you draw upon the June experiences, and does you learn anything from that you didn't know about maybe specific players on that team?
Yeah, there's a certain feeling when you get out with guys and you get more comfortable, you start knowing guys' tendencies just kind of naturally. But they're a hard-playing group, super deep, really aggressive defensively, really handsy, so definitely have a better feel for them now.
We don't know the matchups and who you'll guard, but like if you're not on Shea and Ben is, what do you tell him and how do you share some of your tips?
Yeah, it's hard to tell somebody how to do it, you know, you kind of just have to feel it out and see for yourself. Yeah, there's no real answer to the Shea answer. Play hard, make it tough, be a pest.
Season opener, home opener, what are you expecting from fans tomorrow night at Gateway?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, we're raising the banner. It'll be cool for the city to kind of see us come back and hoop again, so I think the energy is going to be good in there.
I know Ben Shepherd and Kalen had to play some point this week with TJ being out and Quentin being out and whatnot. What have you seen from those guys as they've kind of tried to get used to that position?
Yeah, I mean, I think they haven't played much one in the past. It's going to be a learning process. You know, we got a lot of good ones. Me, Tyrese, TJ. They can learn from us, talk to us, but they'll get better. And through experience, as a rookie in this league, it's the only way you're going to get better. Playing on the court, making those mistakes.